Okay, quick confession. Our AI producer tried to generate today's cover art and it spelled lightning like it was summoning an eldritch demon. But hey, progress. It's Tuesday, April 21st, 2026, and this is Blue Lightning Daily. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. And yes, this whole episode is made end-to-end by AI, which means if my voice randomly sounds like I'm trapped in a blender, just know it's part of the vibe.
Today's big story is actually a huge quality of life upgrade. OpenAI is rolling out an update to ChatGPT images that's aimed right at the creator pain points: better scene control and text that doesn't melt into cursed alphabet soup.
Finally. Text in AI images has been the final boss since forever. Like you ask for sale ends Friday and you get Sane ends Frida and a new language is born.
Exactly. And what's interesting is OpenAI didn't package this as some giant new model name moment inside the interface for everyone at once. It's more like you notice it the way you notice a phone camera got better. You stop fighting it as much.
Wait, hold up. So what are people actually seeing? Like, what's the practical difference, not the press release difference?
Two buckets. First, multi-element scenes stay coherent more often. Like you can say three products on a table, hero in the center, supporting prop on the left, logo top right, leave negative space for headline, and it doesn't instantly fuse everything into a single crab-like object.
The classic my product became a Lovecraftian lamp bug. Love that.
Second, typography. Not perfect, but short, high-contrast text titles, labels, signage more frequently comes out usable, which means fewer trips to Figma to rebuild the type from scratch.
Okay, but I'm going to challenge you. Are we calling this a creative unlock? Or is OpenAI just training creators to write prompts like we're filing a Jira ticket? Place logo top right. Do not distort. Maintain hierarchy.
Fair. It is a little creative brief as prompt, but honestly, for working creators and marketers, that's not a downgrade, that's the job. The unlock is, prompting becomes less like gambling and more like art direction.
I get that. Like instead of rolling the dice 100 times, you're iterating with intent. But I also worry we're just becoming the world's fastest pixel babysitters.
Yeah, where's the line between iterate like an art director and congrats, you now manage a very talented toddler with Photoshop privileges?
Exactly. And the real workflow question is, does this remove steps, or does it just move the mess downstream into approvals and brand policing?
I think it removes a specific step: cleanup. Especially for thumbnails, ad comps, pitch decks, product storytelling, if you can get a clean layout with readable text on the first few tries, you're saving real time. The bottleneck shifts from make it legible to make it on brand.
Which is still a bottleneck, but it's a better bottleneck. Because at least you're arguing about creative choices, not fixing AI's melted alphabet.
Totally. And this fits what we talked about when those tape code names were floating around in testing, masking tape, gaffer tape, packing tape. The signal wasn't new styles, it was control. Composition discipline and typography that's actually usable.
Yeah, that whole era was like the AI community's version of sneaker leaks. People were stress testing it, like, if this can handle a fake app interface with readable buttons, we're so back.
And now it looks like that direction is getting productized inside ChatGPT. More instruction following, better edits, better details.
Okay, so give me the impossible brief you'd throw at it. Like the thing that usually makes image models panic.
Oh, I'd go straight for YouTube thumbnail with two characters, one shocked, one smug, a big bold headline, a smaller subhead, and a product box shot, all with clean negative space and readable type. Because that's where models historically melt multiple faces, multiple objects, typography hierarchy, and layout logic.
Oh my god, yes. And make the text something brandish like stop doing this and AI workflows that actually ship so we can see if it keeps the letters intact.
Exactly. And for marketers, I'd do a fake landing page hero image, product-centered, two feature callouts, little labels, and a CTA button. It doesn't have to be production-ready UI, but if it's stable enough to communicate the concept, that's valuable.
Especially because we're seeing this broader trend. Image generation is becoming production infrastructure, not just gallery vibes. It's less about winning style points and more about hitting the brief.
And that's also why Adobe adding OpenAI's GPT image model as a partner option inside Firefly mattered. Teams want the right engine, but inside the workflow surface, where they already do approvals and revisions.
Speaking of workflows, can we talk about the ecosystem chaos this week? Because it's been a lot.
Oh, it's been unhinged.
First, music. That report claiming 44% of new music uploads are AI generated, that's not a future headline, that's a right now headline.
Yeah, and it raises the same question we're talking about here: control and scale. If synthetic music can be pumped out endlessly, charts start to look like an arms race for recommendation systems, not just popularity.
And then you've got that viral AI song mimicking a deceased artist's style, Which is like, okay, who gets paid? The estate, the prompt writer, the model company, the algorithm that shoved it into everyone's feed?
The answer is probably lawyers. Lawyers get paid.
Correct. Next story. Tech firms ditching AI coders and rehiring humans after the hype backlash. The bots shipped buggy code and slowed projects down. And suddenly companies rediscovered the concept of adult supervision.
That one feels like the same lesson. AI can accelerate output, but reliability is the whole game. If the model doesn't follow constraints consistently, you don't save time, you just move the time into debugging.
Which is exactly why this ChatGPT images update matters. Not because it's prettier, but because it might be more dependable.
Also, the nuclear AI startup drama, Promethean Fusion CEO and CFO quitting amid funding and ethics concerns, people are memeing it like the AI predicted its own downfall.
I mean, if your AI is simulating reactor meltdowns all day, I get why morale is low. That's not a chill Slack channel.
And then we've got peak internet. AI-generated anti-AI doom prophecies going viral. It's like, congrats, you played yourself, but in 4K.
That's the content economy now. Even the fear is automated.
Which brings us back to creators. If you're using ChatGPT images for real work, the play is to treat it like a junior designer that's getting better at following directions. Be specific about layout, call out negative space, ask for short text, high contrast, clear placement.
And keep a human in the loop. Like, yes, maybe you don't have to rebuild every word in Figma anymore, but you still need taste, you still need brand sense, and you definitely still need to proofread. Because if it misspells your product name, the comments will eat you alive.
Facts. Also, quick PSA, rollout seems uneven. Some people are seeing it, some aren't, and rate limits can hit you with cooldowns if you go too hard.
So if you're testing, don't just ask, does it look better? Ask, can it hold a complex layout? Can it render short, readable text? And does it obey spatial instructions more consistently?
Okay, before we go, Riley, did you see that viral office email where someone used ChatGPT to beg coworkers for coffee donations?
Odd, is it the esteemed colleagues, the elixir of productivity dwindles one? Yes. That is not a coffee email. That's a medieval proclamation.
That is what happens when you outsource your personality to autocomplete.
Honestly, though, if ChatGPT images can do text now, I want that email rendered as a movie poster. Big dramatic type. Lightning. A single tear rolling down a Keurig.
The elixir dwindles. Coming soon.
All right, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging with us.
Subscribe if you want more creator-first AI news without the hype.
And hit up bluelightningtv.com for the updates, especially if your AI is still spelling lightning like it's casting a spell.
Catch you next time.